this is Zexanite. Welcome to the Zex Talk, and welcome to Shiny September. This is a series I'm doing this month where I take a look at my favorite and least favorite shiny Pokemon of each generation. And today, we're taking a look at my least favorite shinies from Generation 1. Let's get right into it. Number 5. I know I've brought this up multiple times, so I know it's no secret that I don't like the color pink. I tried to limit each least favorite list to only one pink Pokemon on the list just because they're pink at the most. I also tried to justify it with more than just them being pink. And while there are a lot of options I could have gone with in this gen, I ended up choosing Vaporeon. Design-wise, I think Moltres might be the worst, but first, there are a lot of people who have pointed out Moltres as one of the worst, and second, I don't care too terribly much about Moltres. Vaporeon, on the other hand, I love a ton. Water, as I've mentioned in the past, is my favorite type. This isn't just within the Pokemon universe. I find that in any universe or lore, or anything dealing with the elements, I always gravitate towards water. Even in real life, I tend to gravitate towards water, so I have a huge affinity for water, and thus have a huge affinity for water types. But on top of that, mermaids are like one of my favorite things ever. I totally love mermaids. So Vaporeon being a mermaid-tailed water type is a huge love of mine. So the fact that they colored it to my least favorite color in a shade that I find really gross offends me on a visceral level. It's like I've been let down. Like the Pokemon company has betrayed me. Pokemon, why? Why would you do this to me? It just makes me feel bad that Vaporeon has to look like this. I had a choice to make with this one. Lapras is another Pokemon that I like for a lot of the same reasons, but also for the added reason that the Plesiosaur is my favorite dinosaur type thing. Okay, yeah, I know it's not a dinosaur. I don't give a shit. But Lapras's coloring is such that it could possibly be considered a pinkish purple. Vaporeon, on the other hand, is just straight up pink. That and I have a stronger affinity for Vaporeon. One of my favorites recolored to my least favorite color. It just hurts, man. It doesn't feel good. Number 4. When I was making this list, similarly to Sandslash in my favorites of Gen 1 list, there was a certain Pokemon that kept catching my eye as I would pass it by. However, this time it was for all the wrong reasons. Shiny Graveler just straight up looks like a pile of shit. Like a literal pile of shit. Remember when I said Shiny Arbok looks like if you ate a blue crayon and took a shit? Graveler looks like if you just took a shit sans crayon. It's just a piece of shit. Why would someone make this? It looks so bad. We already had 2 shit Pokemon with Grimer and Muck. Did we really need a third one? Who approved of this? Obviously, someone who didn't give a shit. Number 3. Purple Shinies. Truly purple Shinies, and not these purple ones that just look like some variation on magenta, aren't so common. However, I really like them. Purple is my second favorite color, particularly shades that are 2 parts blue to 1 part red. So, by all accounts, I should really like Shiny Slowbro, right? Well, I totally would if it weren't for that stupid cloister on its tail. And to be fair, I don't really have a problem with the cloister itself. If it were its own shiny separate from the rest of Slowbro, I would be fine with it. It wouldn't be my favorite or anything, but there's nothing wrong with it. However, combining this bronzish color with this purple just... what? What? Why? Why did you do this? What is the point of this? I don't understand. These two don't go together at all. And it might have been forgivable if it were combining the Slowpoke shiny with the Cloyster shiny. However, Slowpoke is pink and Cloyster is blue. That would at least look better than Shiny Slowbro as it currently is. Or actually, I think it would look best if they took Slowbro's purple and Cloyster's blue and put them together. That would be a really nice looking Slowbro. But nope, bronze and purple, the color scheme that nobody asked for. Thanks, Game Freak. Thanks. Number 2. There are a lot of green shinies out there. While it's true that green is my favorite color, for some reason, whoever designed all the shinies seems to have taken a detour from nice, pretty green meadows into Shitsville. There are so many green shinies that are just the worst shades of green. Puke green, shit green, eyeball piercing neon green. So many bad choices. I tried to pick the worst of these in Gen 1, and to me that seemed to be the Zubat line. The green is a pretty bad one. I'm not sure that it's the worst of any green shiny you could drum up, but it's definitely squarely in the Shitsville territory of Greentown. But what makes the shiny Zubat line the worst for me is the pink quote-unquote accenting on the barfy green color. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not just for the fact that it's pink that I decided to go with this pick. It's because green and pink don't go together. Even if they can go together, though they definitely don't here. Rarely have I ever seen green and pink look good together in any capacity, and whenever I see them together, it always makes me think of vomit. Combine that with the already barfy green color Zubat dons, and it just looks like a big pile of puke to me. Shiny Zubat and Golbat are just fucking gross. Number 1. This isn't going to be a surprise to anyone. In fact, I'm not even going to bother building it up. It's Shiny Nidoqueen. Everybody knows that. This is probably my least favorite Pokemon of all time. Not regular Nidoqueen, just Shiny Nidoqueen. I went on a huge rant about this in my Sucky Shinies video, but let me just recap. In my favorite Shinies of Gen 1 list, I gave the number 2 spot to the Nidoran male line. I might have given that slot to both the male and the female line were it not for one thing. Shiny Nidoqueen fucking sucks! The males are all recolored to be blue like the non-shiny female line is. For the female line, they recolored Nidoran female and Nidorina to look like the male line, but when they got to Shiny Nidoqueen, somebody decided to get drunk and be like, "Hey guys, what if we inverted the colors on it? You know, just to fuck with people." Can that be hilarious? No, it wouldn't. I'm not laughing. I'm crying. On the inside. If it looked decent, sure, it could be justified, but it looks like shit. Both the colors used on Shiny Nidoqueen are really gross, and they both clash with each other. Actually, similarly to the way Zubat's colors clash. Anyway, they're just crappy colors together. I still maintain that this coloring makes Nidoqueen look like she's wearing a sad, saggy bra and granny panties. Seriously, couldn't you picture some old lady walking around like this half-dazed at the supermarket or something? Actually, don't picture that, that's kinda creepy. But there are just so many problems with this. It's ugly, it clashes, it doesn't make sense as a counterpart or as an evolution, and to top it all off, the colors ruin the original intent of the design. This is probably the worst shiny ever. Maybe even the worst Pokemon ever. It actually frustrates me to think about. Shiny Nidoqueen is just awful. Just the worst. 0 out of 10. Would not catch. That's it for this Shiny September's X Talk, but the next one will be out soon. Thank you for watching, hopefully I will see you in the next video, and goodbye to you all, sirs and madams, and everyone in between.